Hey guys, what is up? Painterrat here, and today I will be showcasing Goblinkiller's deck that he used in Monthly Mayhem and that he got all the way to the finals with. So, Goblinkiller is a very skilled player in his own right. He is very good. Sadly, I could not get him on voice call because both of our Wi-Fis were not really going well. It was very laggy. And yeah, so he's going to be using a Minor Poison Goblin Hut Royal Ghost deck. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting, powerful deck. So, Goblinkiller told me that the main win condition is Minor Poison, meaning that you want to get your Minor on the tower and put a poison down so it'll just start chipping away on the tower. But anyway, so this deck has Goblin Hut, which is a card that used to be very unpopular, but ever since someone on CCGS started using it, it's been everywhere now. So, and it also does a lot of chip damage, and it's a very tanky building. So, he uses Goblin Hut, and he also uses the P.E.K.K.A. as a defensive card to stop big tanks and other cards. So, Log is for those small troops to take out. E-Wiz is just a very good air card. So, replacements. Things that you can replace in the deck, according to Goblinkiller, is that you can replace the Royal Ghost. It's a very hard card to counter, he told me, but hey, you can replace it. He said you can replace it with the Bandit, but it changes the functionality of the deck. So, as you guys can see, the Royal Ghost just basically wiped out that Goblin gang, and he's going against a bait deck. So, the weaknesses of this deck is basically Lava Loon, and the strengths are any ground-heavy deck, meaning Golem, P.E.K.K.A., Mega Knight, Giant, even Giant Skeleton, as we'll get into the second replay. So against his opponent just can't get any damage in and get past Goblinkiller's defense. He always has an answer for all his spell-baity cards, and yeah. So spell bait is still very prevalent in the game, even after the Goblin hit. But after the Goblins took a nerf, pardon me. But Goblinkiller just makes this look way too easy. Anyways, he said, in rare scenarios, the P.E.K.K.A. should never be used on attack, but in rare scenarios, it will get a hit or two on the tower. So that's always good. So yeah. Anyways, Goblinkiller has been starting to play this game, Clash Royale, in 2016 after March beta. So Goblinkiller is also a very old OG player of this game. Anyway, so let's get back into gameplay. Goblinkiller just keeps on overwhelming his opponent with these minor poison pushes and Royal Ghost. And that Goblin Hut is the most really annoying card because he just can't get past Goblinkiller's defense, as I said before. So he logs all of that, gets a lot of value to hitting the knight and killing all the goblins. So he sends in a goblin gang with a knight, gets stopped by the Royal Ghost, sends a miner, and he takes the game. So that's the first replay, and we're going to move on to the second replay, where Killer goes up against a Giant Skeleton deck. So he was going against his deck. Opponent puts down a Tombstone, and he puts down a Goblin Hut on the other side to get some chip damage in. So the thing with the Goblin Hut is that there's a lot of goblins, and they do a ton of chip damage if you don't take out the hut, or if you don't take care of the goblins. It can easily get 500 to 600 damage. So he gets a beautiful poison that takes out the Princess, hits the tower, and also clips the Tombstone. So here comes an Inferno Dragon. He sends a Ghost. So the thing with Ghost is that it has a very bridge spammy aspect, meaning that it'll get to the tower because of its invisibility. And yeah, so his opponent I don't really know what he was doing, but he puts down a Tombstone right in front of an E-Wiz, which is a very not smart move. And anyway, so down goes the Inferno Dragon. Killer sends in another Goblin Hut. Opponent drops a Lumberjack, not LJ. So Lumberjack goes towards the tower, gets taken out by the Royal Ghost. But anyways, guys, Royal Ghost I think is going to get a nerf soon because it's just way too much value for 3 elixir. So anyways, back to my point. He puts down a Giant Skeleton, and Killer just completely takes out. He gets incredible log value hitting the Princess Tower and the Giant Skeleton. So Giant Skeleton goes down and takes the hut with it, but Goblinkiller puts down another Goblin Hut to put even more pressure on his opponent. So the opponent puts down a Baby Dragon to try to take care of it, but that's not going to do much because he's going to drop an E-Wiz to completely shut that Baby Dragon down on its tracks. So we're heading into double elixir, and this deck is just going to completely blow up because Goblinkiller can cycle so fast that it's crazy how fast he can do it. So Ewiz and all those goblins connect and get a ton of damage in, so he takes the tower. Inferno Dragon logs down for a little bit, takes it out. He puts down a Royal Ghost, and the Ghost is getting a ton of hits in. Here comes another giant skeleton on the side of his opponent, Slayer. So Princess goes down, logs everything again, clipping the giant skeleton and the princess. Down goes the giant skeleton. Here comes an Inferno Drag to defend up against that P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. is very good defensively, as you guys can tell from before, because it does so much DPS, and it's worth so much value. Ever since P.E.K.K.A. got that buff, like a couple balance changes ago, where it could spawn in 1 second instead of 3, it's been very useful. So anyway, so Killer's going to basically take that tower down too. So 2-0 with 10 seconds left. His opponent cannot do anything, and that will be game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to me and to Goblinkiller. And yeah, so Goblinkiller is very skilled, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.